Hi everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. As you can see, I have had my beard trimmed, or trimmed it up, shaped it all a little bit better, and actually looks better. I think it's a bit more comfortable, a little less shitty looking to the eye. But that aside, this is going to be a shaving video. It's going to be a head shave again and another neck shave, and I've already touched this up this morning, so I'm not going to worry about my cheeks. I'm going to be using a soap which I really love the scent of, I love the label, and I love the TV show. And it is Howling Winter from Lather Bros. Now, I don't know whether you can actually see this here. This is a real wax, I can't remember what they call it now, wax stamp, where you melt the wax on, you hit it with a brass stamp or the metal stamp or whatever it is, and you can just see the LB and soap call just written on there. Just a nice touch to the end of the soap. Now this is obviously, as you can see from the logo in the background, homage to Game of Thrones, which along with my wife and pretty much everyone else in my family, we've watched every single episode up until this coming Sunday, which is the final episode. And I'm sure everyone else agrees, other than probably 2 episodes out of the previous 5 from this season, it's all been pretty good. I've been pretty happy with it, pretty impressed, and there's been enough. I think they've crammed enough in there to finish the season off, and hopefully by the end to get to this last episode, I think it's an hour and 40 minutes long or something, I think they might just be able to pull it off and actually finish it the way it sort of deserves. It's been a long running TV show. With that being said, I'm going to stop rambling about the TV show, and there is your ingredients inside the lid. Great idea. Now the scent on it is a version of Cool Waters, if you like. It's meant to smell a little bit like Cool Waters, I believe, and then it's got a twist on there from Andre. Great scent strength, around about a 4.5, 5, and it just smells like Cool Waters with a little bit woodsier, a little bit more complex. It actually smells slightly nicer. I've not smelled Green Irish Tweed, but comparing this with Viking shaving soap Headeby, which is the Green Irish Tweed scent, they're very similar, and I do like the smell of Headeby. I love that scent, which is supposed to be like Green Irish Tweed, so this is very similar to that. A little bit more complex. It smells probably, to everyone else's nose, a little bit more like Green Irish Tweed, which is similar to Cool Waters, or Cool Water from Davidoff. Okay, so the brush for today is going to be my Simog Owners Club. I'm not going to spend too much time on equipment today. Oh, you guys have seen it before. I've got videos all over the place. Simog Owners Club, Boja, 50% Boar, 50% Badger. All quality. Now, one thing this brush, or this knot, brings that I do find with Simog bow knots is that this one keeps its stiffness in its backbone throughout use. It doesn't really soften up too much. The tips get a little bit softer, but the backbone remains the same. The scrub is still there. You just lose that scritch and scratch that's there in the beginning. So with the bow knots, the premium bow knots from Simog, I do find that they lose the backbone quite quickly. And I did read a post on there, not that I agree with the man on much, he does, in my opinion, talk quite a lot of shit, but Greg Wagner does make comment about Simog bow knots in comparison to Amiga bow knots, and I totally agree. An Amiga bow knot, once broken in, feels just as soft and comfortable, the tips, as the Simog, but it keeps its backbone. So there's the brush loaded up, and the backbone really is what gives it that nice scrub. And with the Simog Owners Club, or the Simog Premium White Bow Knot, it loses its scrub. It just becomes quite a flimsy, floppy knot. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I really enjoy it, and I do like that softness. It's very much feels like a synthetic brush. But a lot of people buy bow knots for the scrub and the backbone, and you don't get it from premium Simog bow knots. You just don't. I don't know why, because I thought bow hair would be bow hair, but for some reason the way it's done between Simog and the way it's done between Omega, it's a very different feeling knot. So I'm just adding water. I can smell that already, even though it's on my head. And I'm I'm just going to be doing just round my ears, just from here and round the back of my ear with the Carve Christopher Bradley razor, and I'll be finishing off the full head shave with the Gillette Fusion again. So I had quite a good response to the last video I did there, the first one for quite some time. So hopefully I can get this one up and running on the page at some point today. I was going to upload it on Sunday, but I'll just upload it on the day that I'm doing it, which is today, which is Friday. You can see there how nice that lather is. Very easy to work with. I completely agree with the virtual groom room. If you haven't watched the virtual groom room, real nice guy. I believe he's English. I'm not sure where in England he's from, but I'm pretty damn sure he's English. But really good videos, really clear audio. I noticed he's got a very good audio setup. I don't know whether he just uses a phone audio or whether it's a camera audio or a microphone, I don't know. But it's really crystal clear. Good stories. And he doesn't say all the time. I try not to, I do every now and then, but it does drive me nuts. I'd rather fill it with a word like but and hey, you know. So, head's lathered up. I'm just going to, like I say, start off with the Carve Christopher Bradley razor with the A-plate, and I'm just going to, I've got my Gillette Super Stainless, the spoiler in here. It's done about 5 neck shaves. And that's it. So it's pretty much a brand new blade. I say brand new blade, 5 uses, but a lot of blades die by then. These things go on for ages. Right, the Gillette Fusion. I've just had it soaking in the water. No real reason why. 5 blades of loveliness. It works very well. I'm not going to go into the full spiel on cartridges again. I think I've said enough. All I'll say is they shape very well. The cartridges so far, this one single cartridge lasts a lot longer than I thought it would. A lot longer than the Coles cartridges. And it's still giving me great shaves. Yes, I do have to buff a little bit more with it to get a BBS shave, but it's worth it. You know, really, yes, these cartridges are expensive, but if I was to get 20, 30 shaves out of every cartridge, I don't think you can really whinge at that too much. It is potentially over 100 shaves from 4 cartridges that I can get on head shaves. Now, just to take that into my equation of shaving, I do not tend to use DE blades more than 2-3 times if I'm lucky. But there is a lot of blades out there, the Feather being one of them, which I use once and chuck in the bin. The second shave just is not comfortable for me personally. And given that Feather blades, along with Kai and a few others, are the most expensive you can buy, these cartridges actually work out cheaply. Because if I'm only getting 100 shaves from 100 blades, it's costing me, I don't know, 20 odd bucks I think for a 100 pack of feathers. I hope my TV's not too loud either. If you follow my channel for long enough, you know I need some background noise. I'm not a fan of silence, even though I should be sometimes. how silence can be a wonderful thing. I guess with having 3 kids, you just sort of succumb to the fact that silence is no longer a part of your life. I think that's about as good as it gets. It's a full BBS shave from what I can feel. The soap is super slick. Wow, beautiful. Right, I'll just fill the sink back up again. I'm just going to sit the fusion in there just to soften up any stuff that's in between the blades, which really like to be fair, considering the amount of shaves this has done. It is pretty damn clean. Just a great performing razor, really. Cannot argue with it at all. Well, I can. I can argue the fact that it's made out of materials that aren't biodegradable. But I can't argue. Look at how thick and creamy that lather is. Oh, I can really smell it now. Beautiful. Right, the carve Christopher Bradley razor. I've got 2 days growth on my neck. Right, got water on there. Let's lather up for the second pass, the against the grain pass. Stunning lather, really is. Superb soap, amazing scent. I love the scent. All right. Beautiful. Just empty the sink out. While that's emptying out, I'll chuck on some Howling Winter aftershave balm for the dome, the old coconut. Oh yes, wow. Onto the neck. Rinse out the brush. I am actually contemplating removing these parts from the videos. I think I've got nearly 900 videos, I think. And I don't think I really need to go over everything I use every single time. It's all in there from start to finish. Don't have any new hardware at the moment, so nothing really to show you that's different. Rinse out the soap. Just so thick, it really is thick lather. Right, that's it. You can feel that menthol working now, beautiful. Just the perfect amount of menthol in the Lather Bros balms. And the scents, really for me the scents in the balms are nicer than the scents in the soap. They just pop a little bit more. Yeah, really happy with that, beautiful. So the soap was Howling Winter from Lather Bros. Lovely little touch with a stamp on here, very sort of royal or regal if you want to call it. There's ingredients again. It does come in a clear tub like this. Nothing written on it, nothing at all. That's what the soap looks like. And the razors, oh sorry, the brush first off. It's the Simul Owners Club 2012 special edition. Just a lovely little brush, really is, beautiful brush. This came from the deceased estate of a wet shaver over in the eastern states, who by all accounts was a really nice guy that I never ever managed to speak with, and I'm just glad that I get to carry something on of his and make a contribution to his family and during that difficult time. And it'll get used for probably the rest of my life and maybe even passed it to my kids. The carved Christopher Bradley razor with the A plate, I think, not sure, and the Gillette Fusion, which you can see right through all those blades there, nice and clear. This has been used I think 30 plus times now and it's still great. I've lost count, I've not really been keeping count if I'm honest, but I've just had an idea. And finished off today with Howling Winter Balm. So with all that being said, I hope everyone enjoys the final episode of Game of Thrones on Sunday. I hope they do finish it off and give it the ending that it deserves and it needs. But who knows, it could be shit. But either way, it'll be done and dusted, move on to Star Trek or something else. Stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive, and I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.